Hey, do your dreams feel unattainable because you don't know where to start in life? Do you desire something different in life but are unsure about how to attain it? Do you know you have more to offer, your greater calling, your greater purpose, but don't know how to step into it? Well, it's day 11 of implementing your 2020 transformational vision.
Scott and Julie Decker here.
Yep, and it's the fourth day of our series on focus. It's important to focus. So, and today's topic is the three key components that frame your 2020 transformational vision goals. And that's short-term, long-term, lifelong dreams. There's always a few components that are the building blocks. But first, do you know what your burning desire is? Mm-hmm. We know ours, and that's why part of taking you through this process is to get to that place of getting to what makes you come alive. It's important to do what makes you come alive and not be so focused on what stresses you out in order to obtain that goal. All the details of getting to that point and all the details that are distractions but are things of your everyday ordinary life that you have to do every day. You can get easily distracted by those. So when it comes to the three key components, it's pretty simple. For example, if you want to transform your relationship, what are the building blocks you need to start heading toward to transform it? Do you want to have a deeper connectivity? Do you want more oneness and unity? Do you then need to see a coach or somebody that can help you understand a deeper way of communicating together? Or for your business, do you need to figure out what it takes to get before more customers, or just get it off the ground, or get it to where you're making your first sell your first product, do your first service call, and then similar to your health, if you're trying to transform your body for next summer, what are the three key things you need to do to head in that direction to make it happen? What are the things you need to focus on? There's going to be a whole bunch of details below these three key things, but what would you need to do? Would you need to exercise? That would be a yes. Would you need to focus on nutrition? And would you need to get better rest? And so those are all yeses, but there'll be some key components for you all, just like us, of what moves the needle in your life and helps you to head that direction and accomplish it. A lot of times people shoot for the stars, or they have a big goal. I've had that. I've got some still big goals, but then we fail to put in place the small, simple daily details that can help it get off the ground and get it moving. So it just comes down to, what are you willing to do to make it happen and to transform or change things in your life around so those things can come about.
Yeah, for me, I have told myself numerous times that I can accomplish anything I want, anything I put my mind to, and there's also been several times where I felt defeated and was not really sure where to start. And so the difference was, I decided it was a must. I must do this, and it didn't matter what it took to make that happen. So last year, I hit a point in my life where my joints were swollen. I couldn't fit my wedding ring in. We were newlyweds, and I was so pissed off that I couldn't wear my wedding ring, and my joints just hurt. And I decided I have to figure this out. And so I decided to do 2 weeks. All I could do was commit to 2 weeks of eating no grains. That was a challenge, I thought, but I did that 2 weeks. I made the decision, took action, and I felt amazing after those 2 weeks. I'm like, there's something to this. So
you'd be surprised how much gluten is in everything.
Yeah, so now from that little step, I and him are both gluten-free to the best that we can do, but it's just revolutionized things. And so when I was looking at my framework to healthy living, one of the key things was nutrition. And then the other one, like you said, exercise, and then also rest. And so each of those 3 main components I've broken down to smaller ones, but I focused on the first 3 to get moving. Otherwise, it was so overwhelming.
Yeah, they're really just markers. Oh, hi, Candace.
Hey.
And they're markers, and so they're not the big goal, but it's markers of the main things to make it happen and
chunk it down.
Yep, chunk it down to try to get your mind in a place of focusing on what you can do to get to that chunk, to get to that marker. And so they're key components that build and frame out your compelling future, and that's what these videos are about, is experiencing your compelling future and seeing it through to the degree that it actually comes to life. And so they're your framework, they're your structure. Like you said, there's a lot of details that go in to get into those, but it's easier to see those and see how you can get to your big picture by focusing on those 3 components. And there's many more components, but we're just starting with 3 to at least have those written down so you can start going toward them. And it's just like a house. I've done a lot of building in my life, and much like a house, you don't just throw up the structure or the framework just by throwing it up. It comes up by brick, by board by board, and shingle by shingle. And so all of a sudden the structure gets put up, and then you start doing the aesthetics to it to design it to make it look like you want it to look. And so that's the same thing with
home.
Yeah, home. Make it home. And that's the same thing with our dreams and our goals. So we want to make sure you get that off the ground by helping you to get some markers in your mind of some key components that frame that compelling future. So it's easier to start heading toward that. It's easier to start seeing that your dream or your goal this year, your 2020 transformational goal, can get off the ground, and the necessary things that you have to do to head that way. And so when you look at what we're doing with Living Simply Abundant and transforming 100,000 people's lives this year,
we had to chunk that down.
Yeah, it's a big, huge movement that we're creating, and it's a movement of transformation to really help people transform their lives, their thinking, their mindset, their lifestyle, their bodies, their relationships, their wealth, or their finances, and get to this place of, like we said yesterday, of being free and doing what you want, going where you want, experiencing what you want.
Have a kick in your step.
Yep, having the freedom to flow in whatever makes you come alive. And so the 3 things for us is we need to be speaking on stages all around the world, and so that's one of our building blocks in order to share our message and share the process to help people come alive and help them make steps to come out of the ordinary, everyday, mundane life and step into the extraordinary. And that really is just a picture of your dreams that you're trying to achieve. And like we said yesterday and many other times, everybody's trying to transform their lives. They're transforming it for their own experience, to have a different experience today than yesterday, a different experience this year than last year, a different experience this decade than the last decade. It's interesting, this is the decade of 2020, like 2020
clear vision.
2020 vision, yeah. So you gotta have clear vision of what you want. You gotta know your burning desire and know where you're heading. And oftentimes we get caught in this place of just going through the motions and continuing to do what we know works, continuing to just work with the things in front of you to make a living and to live the lifestyle you've built so far. So second thing is, long story short, second thing is to move people through our transformational process that causes transformation to take place in their life. And then the third thing is to involve people in a community of transformation where they begin to experience it. And so those are our key things. And as you said before, there's a lot of details that go into helping that to get off the ground And so, but it's
that helps us stay focused on what we need to do to accomplish that 100,000 goal.
Transformed lives.
Yeah.
Yep, goal. So it's then looking at what are the boards I got to put up, what are the nails I got to put in, what are the bricks we got to put up, what are the shingles, what's the siding, what's the trim, how do we want it to look, how do you want your life to look, what do you want to be experiencing, and what kind of a lifestyle will you be living in. So and then also what kind of person do you want to become, because what kind of person you want to become is the driving force as to whether you're going to experience whatever you're looking to experience. So it has a lot to do with that last one of the kind of person you want to become. So mine was being the best version of me, of myself, than I was yesterday, than I was last year, and continuing to walk that out to experience that. So we are excited about our live VIP entrepreneurial training event.
Yeah, if you've ever thought about owning your own business, wanted to own your own business, this is a way that you can attain that just by sharing what you know and getting paid for it.
Yeah, and if you've ever if you actually own a business or own one before, and it owns you like it's owned me many times, and many of you know that about me, it's owned me.
Runs you.
It runs you. And so before we were talking about not letting your schedule run you and not letting your business run you, and that's easy to say, but it's hard to walk out. And so learning how to, like this week is focus, learning how to focus on the things that move the needle in your life, that
make a difference.
You've heard other educators say that, make a difference, or that do income producing activities and then delegate the rest out. And so that's what this process is about, is learning how to focus in on the things that work.
And you can click the link above to not only get our focus tool, but also to stay informed so you don't miss out on the details of the event.
And we know, because we're doing it and creating it and been through it, what this training can do for you. And we're excited to share with you. It'll transform your life. It'll transform the lives around you. It'll transform your lifestyle. And that's what we're all looking for. That's what we were describing before about we're always changing our hairdos. We're always changing our makeup. We're always changing our clothes or our houses or our backyards. And it's really, life is really just about the experience that we're going through and the experiences that we subject ourselves for enjoyment. And so that's what we're doing, is helping people to get more and more into those environments of transforming their experience. And so it's going to transform your life, and your transformation matters. So
if you're like us and you know that there's more to life, that there's changes that you can make, like us, we know that is sometimes a hard thing because you don't know where to start. But it deals a lot with getting deep into what's inside you and what makes you come alive. And we have a little fun song.
But before you go there...
Okay, sorry.
Number one thing you can do today to continue toward your 2020 transformational vision, it's basically your hammer. What can you swing at? What board can you put up today that will move that needle in your life, that'll move the action in your life to make things happen? Just one thing. I like to try to add more than one thing, but that's where I get my focus sidetracked. And so you've always heard the say, the sky is the limit, and that's an exciting thing to think about. But when you really think about it, it's more of an emotional feel, because the sky really isn't the limit. If you're only shooting for the sky, which is so far away from us, that's all you're getting. But really, it's not the limit. Infinity's the limit, because you were created with infinite opportunity. You may not go do everything in life, but you're created with that infinite opportunity. And possibility. And when you step into that best version of you, and with a greater purpose of what makes you come alive, and unleash that inner abundance and let it out of you, and you have the freedom to do that. Do that. Yeah, so that you can go do what you want, go where you want, and experience whatever you want. And then while you're spending your energy pouring into your purpose instead of somebody else's purpose, man, you just start to come alive and you start to see it. So shoot for the universe, I guess you want to say. It sounds better. The emotional field is the sky, but shoot for the stars, which is the universe, and keep going toward it. And remember to live simply abundant. So,
and here's our high hopes ending for you.
Great song that we like that fits what we're doing. Hope you're dancing over there too.
Gonna have high hopes. Catch you next time.
See ya.